So building followers at a personal level is where that is. Identify objectives. Keywords, you're going to start to see what phraseology they're using. They may be making up new words. This is where it's done, social media. How many new words have been added to the online dictionary this year? When it gets, it's just ridiculous. And thanks to social media, it's probably most of it. Anyway, that's where you can figure out what keywords you're going to want to target on your website. When you're doing your search engine optimization, you need to know what keywords you're going to be writing your content around because you want to get those rankings. Well, based on your social media lurking or participation, you're going to get a good idea of what they're talking about. Then you can do some keyword research. Go to the Google, Kruger-based Google, I don't know. But go to the Google Keywords tool. Just type that in on Google and type in that search. And it will allow you to see what people are actually searching for online in Google. So you may think that a particular phrase, or we're often cursed with knowledge in our industries. We know too much about it. So we think they're searching for one thing, but they're not. People who don't know anything about your industry, but they know they need the service, are searching for a completely different term, but it is related. Well, Google will be your window to that. You can find out what people are actually searching for and make sure that your content is steered towards them. Build-in tracking mechanisms. You have to make sure that everything you do online, as much as possible anyway, is trackable. So if you're going to give links to anyone online, I'm going to jump to the internet anyway, but use Bitly. Bitly's great. It shrinks your URLs, and you can put in, let's say, tracking ID of who it was that was talking. Sorry, you're linking because it's about a new article you wrote. Say, okay, you're on 5 different platforms. You want to say, I'm on Twitter today. This is where I posted this. The tracking ID would be, this is a Twitter posting. It's about this article. And that kind of tracking can be filtered into Google Analytics. The Google Analytics, man, there's too much to talk about tonight. How many here know about Google Analytics? How many have it installed? Awesome. All right. So there's actually a Google Analytics URL tool. You go online, and you can just put it what the campaign is named, whether or not it's a banner, whether or not it's a text, like all this stuff. And it's going to create a long URL. Put those in to Bitly and shrink them, and then use those. Because what's going to happen is when someone clicks on that Bitly link and goes through to your article, Google Analytics automatically creates a campaign based on that URL. Very cool. It's not just another link. It's actually created with a campaign. And you can see that within your campaign reporting tool. It's like Google Analytics. Commit to a process. Whatever you're going to do, you better commit to it. There's often a lot of work. So you need to make sure that you do it and stick to it. Evaluate. Ask your network. Before you, this is essentially a web marketing plan. Make sure you ask people whether or not what you're doing is realistic. Do you, I want to make sure this converts in 6 months. Well, talk to a social media expert. Talk to someone who's already doing this in your industry. They're often not going to be shy about telling you, well, it took me a year, or what you're asking for. You want to get a #1 ranking for AMAG, which happens to have 2 million competitors right now, and it's the people that are at the top have an infinite amount of credibility online. Well, you're not going to get there right away. Make sure it's reasonable. There's no reason to launch a campaign and spend a lot of money at a time when you don't know whether or not it's actually reasonable. Can you handle the work? Fair question. You're already busy often because you're trying to keep food in your mouth and your family in your mouth. Can you handle doing all this social media? And SEO, because it's a combination. Commit to daily activity through participation or just plan. Today you're not going to be participating on Twitter. You can plan your next one, create those URLs, do all that stuff. So when it comes to the day, you're just copying and pasting, copying and pasting. Participate, yes. We don't want to just automate. We want to be interacting with people as well. So you could, if you really want to be active, you could throughout the day just jump in and start talking to people, respond to any replies you had. Certain people who are real movers and shakers in the industry read through their latest tweets and say, hey, that's really cool, and interact. Get busy. Busy. Set up your website, match your findings. So everything you've learned, You know, in this case, AMAG's a major phrase. You want it to go for your homepage. Well, you want to make sure that page is optimized around that phrase. And then each of the individual products you're selling have to be targeting the proper key phrase, again, that you know people are searching for and talking about. Review it every 6 to 12 months. Now, it seems crazy, but especially in the social media market, they change so quickly. 6 months may be too long. It really depends on your market. First things first, links, bit.ly, why, stability, and most importantly, 301 redirect. Now, stability, there have been other URL shorteners that have kind of dissipated and disappeared. Bit.ly's not going to be doing that anytime soon. So you're investing in a good product. Stability, there you go. 301 redirect. Again, this is gobbledygook, but essentially what that means is when you use that link, any of the credibility, Google considers it, it's called like a page rank is what they call it, but it's like a trust. You're literally passing trust. When someone takes that link and puts it on their site, there's or let's say, I think this through. Twitter, when you post, you've got this link there. That actually gets posted to a web page. Those are often copied and pasted elsewhere. Those become links pointing to your website. But they're shortened links. They don't say your domain name in them. So Google doesn't know to attribute that to your site unless when someone clicks on it and goes to Bit.ly, and then when it's redirected to your site, Google Bit.ly says, okay, please pass that credibility along. Bit.ly and I think maybe only 3 or 4 others, they might have changed, it's been a while since I researched it, we're only allowing that. Only a few were. So other people were giving all these links away, but they weren't getting all the benefit of what we call in our industry link juice. This is the juice that comes to your site and gives you the rankings.
Hootsuite does it too, Ross.
Hootsuite? Great.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this was interesting. It just more than 2.5 billion clicks per month. Wow, just Bit.ly alone. Just gives you a concept of how busy things are on the social media streams. Facebook. Okay, a Facebook page is really only beneficial in terms of the network within Facebook. Facebook's frustrating to me because it's a walled garden. They try and keep you in there. Even anything you share with them, they end up creating a page out of it. So you've created an article online, and they get that article through a feed. Well, that article is copied into their site. So when someone reads it, they're not going to your site. They're going to a page that Facebook's created with that content. They want you to stay inside. It's really frustrating. Well, by the same token, yes, they now allow business pages to be indexed by Google. It's now open. You don't even have to be logged in. Google now indexes everyone's business page. Well, all the links on there are 302 redirected. So we talked about a 301 a second ago. A 302 is a temporary redirect. It does not pass link juice. So from an SEO perspective, Facebook's only good in terms of you're there, you've got your name's online. You know, it's really effective inside Facebook. There is some suggestion, and it makes sense to me that Google may be ignoring the fact that it's 302 and going, look, it's Facebook, it's linking to your site. We're going to give you some credit for this. But officially, they don't do that. This is just my industry just talking. It just makes sense. So in other words, don't think of it as an SEO tool. It's a benefit, obviously, because Facebook's huge. It's second, I think, only to Google these days in terms of the traffic. It's just, and in fact, it actually beat Google in terms of traffic recently. It's astounding. Twitter. This is really cool. I noticed this recently. I don't know why I didn't notice it before, because you think I would. PageRank. If you've got the Google toolbar installed on your browser, it has a little bar on it, and it tells you what the PageRank, essentially your trust is of the page that you're on. This is Google telling you, all right, this page is trustworthy. The lower that is,